Okay. So once you put
That's
the bond on, you set that, but also making sure don't put too much bond. All right. So this is one of those cases where less is more. You don't want to put an excessive amount of primer or an excessive amount of bond. Okay. Once you've set that, and that will go over the entire cavity, then you put your composite resin in. Now, bonding wise, they're relatively, as long as you do as per the instructions from their manufacturer, you do any of these, it should be fine. Okay. But again, when you decide to use that, as you learn more about each technique a bit more, like I don't think we'll go into that in such detail because you guys are still, learning the concepts. But as you learn each technique more, you'll understand there are sort of certain scenarios, like if you're near the pulp, all right, and you've got like the thinnest amount of dentine left, this is probably not the best thing to use because you're going to be putting, unfilled resin close to the pulp, which could potentially irritate it. So it's about, sort of thinking, okay, what's the scenario? What's being involved? Okay. So as you guys get more experience, you'll be able to do that without having to sit there and think, okay, what am I dealing with? You'll do that automatically in your head. Okay. Is that all clear, guys? What we've gone through? Yes.
So if you've got a base of
Yes.
Fuji,
Yeah.
you can etch that.
That's
can't
right.
you,
Yeah.
at
So
the
that's a
start?
good thing as well to raise. So, because you guys have learnt about bases, right? Right? Yeah. So a base is ideally you want to use something like Fuji 2 or Fuji 9. Fuji 7 is not the best material to use as a base because Fuji 7 releases heaps of fluoride. The side effect of that though is it's quite weak. All right, because it produces lots of water to get the fluoride out. Okay. So ideally, if you want to use a base, go for a 2 or a 9. Now, you would place the Fuji 9 or the Fuji 2 in, and you cover the dentine with that, because that's going to be the dentine replacement. All right. Then you're going to be wanting to put composite usually after that. But what you need to do is you need to get that micromechanical retention, right? So it's like doing the 1-to-1. So instead of using a liner, use the base. Then you etch the enamel. Now, if you get the etch on the base, that's fine. It's not a deal breaker. Wash it, dehydrate it, adhesive over the margins. Again, if you get some of the adhesive on the base, no big deal. And then set that composite resin on. Okay. A base is usually more ideal if you've got a really deep, extensive cavity. So like you've lost a lot of dentine, stuff like that. That's why usually a base is referred to as dentine replacing. That's usually one of the properties of GICs. It's biocompatible, and that it's dentine replacement. So if you ever get like a little table, it usually lists something like that. Okay. Any questions, guys? No.